Next up, we're coming to this Willerby Clearwater. I'm not sure how many bedrooms it is, but once again, it has got a hot tub. Hello! So here we are at Addlethorpe Golf and Country Club. Now, we're coming to look at a Willerby. So we're coming to look at a Willerby Clearwater. Now, I've been in Clearwaters before because my friend's got one and I am a fan of the Clearwater. Now, I'm going to show you the view from in front of this lodge. So look at that, you've got all this beautiful golf course. It's a shame it's not a sunny day so you can really see how beautiful it is because it's a little bit grey today. But yeah, you've got this beautiful golf course. So let's have a look at the lodge. So from the outside, it's got these nice grey bay windows with grey and like a cream white decking. It looks like at some point there might have been some shrubs or flowers in front because there's a little path going all the way around. We do have a screen there, and that's to hide the fact that there is a hot tub. Joe's just hiding in the background as well there. So there's a hot tub, and these are starting at £120,000, and that includes the hot tub and the decking. So let's go in. Don't get too close. Right, so we'll go in now and see what it's like. So I'm going to take my shoes off as I enter. Oh yes, this is lovely. This is very lovely. Right, so I come in and take your shoes off. So look, just take your shoes off first. Don't be a scrubber. Shoes off. I think, off the bat, I prefer this to the Mapleton, the Willerby Mapleton. Now, Mapleton. Mapleton, you're right. So, I do like this. Now, a friend of ours has actually got one of these, but this is ever so slightly different. So if we pan around the kitchen, you've got a huge kitchen in like a horseshoe shape. Then you've got this nice big dining area, followed by a huge seating area for a living room. And then we've got the sliding doors that lead onto the decking. So I think, ooh, look at this. We've got a little stool thing going on here. Look at that. So I don't really know the purpose of this, if I'm honest, because you're no longer in the area where you take your boots off. Because look, if you come in, this is a different type of carpet. So you won't go over to that bit. You might come around here, sit here, and go, oh, I'll take my welly boots off. Right? And then you might store them in this cupboard here. Because this is a large cupboard. So in this cupboard, we've got your boiler, we've got an ironing board, we've got vac, and we've got hooks for hanging as many coats up as you can think of. Maybe not a million, like, but plenty. Then, oh, it's got a little drawer as well, so that's handy, isn't it? I quite like that little puffy where you sit on. And then there's one over here too. So I'm not sure. I don't see the point of this one. There's no real point to it. I get that one. That one's handy. This one, a little bit pointless. But there you go. It does have some little shelves behind it. So that's quite handy. These shelves here. And then if we come around into the actual kitchen, look, this bit's a little bit lower than that bit. It kind of makes me feel like it's like a bar. Maybe it's like a bar. So maybe somebody'd sit there, and then you'd sit there, stand here with your beer. They'd sit on the stool with their beer, but they'd have to sit a little bit twisted maybe because then they'd have the back to you. I don't know. Then we've got this nice, long, horseshoe type unit. And it's a very nice looking kitchen. I particularly like these cupboards, the cupboard fronts. They're like a bluey grey wood grain, and I quite like that. I'm sure my wife will point out that it's not wood, the bluey grey colour. What is it meant to be? It's not grey. It's got a hint of blue. It's got it. It's got a hint of blue. Anyway, so ignoring whether it's grey or it's got a hint of blue, I'm right. We've got this nice big cooker with microwave above, so it's got everything you need. We've got cupboard above it. You can put your tins of beans in, and we've got a drawer underneath, perfect for your pots and your pans. Right, and then we come round. We've got the pots and pans in this cupboard. I'd have them in there, wouldn't you? Anyway, we've got a drawer for your cutlery, right, and another random drawer where they've thrown other bits and bobs in, including your tin opener, and we've got another drawer there. Again, you probably use that as well for some pots and pans. Got more cupboards. We've got a little dishwasher. It's not as big as in the Mapleton, but we have got a dishwasher. We've got cupboards above. Cupboards are plenty. Look, we've got a little coffee machine in here. I wonder if anyone's left any milk and we can make a sneaky coffee. Right, then we've got a sink. Bit old-fashioned, maybe. If you're buying £120,000 lodge, surely you want it to be more like the lodge in the previous caravan. Big cupboard. Oh, a washing machine. So we've got a washing machine in. So if you're spending a lot of time in your caravan, in your lodge, let's say, that's ideal because you'll be able to do your washing and wash your pants before you run out. More cupboards, and then we've got a fridge freezer. Now, there is some milk. We can make a coffee. I may make a sneaky coffee. Right, so what the thing is with this, I like this design. I do like this design of having a fridge freezer low down in cupboards like that rather than a big tall one. However, it's probably not so good as you're getting older. Like, maybe my grandma would be alright because she's like in her 80s and she's only like a dwarf. She's tiny. I think she's only 4'10" now. So she'd probably be still the right height to do it. But if you're tall and you're struggling a little bit with your back, bending down every time you want to get something out of the fridge could be a bit of a nuisance. More little cupboards. Very nice. Right, so let's go round to the dining table. And look, you've got all this space. Is it a bit wasted? Could you do something different? I'll tell you what a friend of ours has. They've got another sofa here. An extra sofa here. And then they line that sofa up and push it back a bit so it's in line. Probably the way to go, because other than that, what on earth can you do with this wasted space? Unless you want to play Twister on the floor. You could get a game of Twister out, couldn't you? Or some giant chess. Or you could, as George just said, put some stools along here and it'll be like a bar. Good thinking. Then we've got this nice cabinet. Let's face it, cabinets are good for one thing and one thing only. Displaying random crap that your wife buys to make it look pretty. Usually stuff from Amazon. Or if you've got children, shelves that they found on the beach. Standard cupboard. I don't think there's aught going on in there. Looks nice. Got nice big solid dining table, solid chairs. You can eat your dinner on here, play cards. We've sat around our friend's table having kebabs. You could even work on here, couldn't you? However, there's no plugs except for in the far corner there. Then we've got the living room. We've got nice, big, comfortable sofas. Plenty of space, so there's 2 sofas that you can see. And then in front of you, you've got this entertainment unit. Nice big telly, fireplace, drawers around it. Again, I think if this were, obviously this is used as a rental at the minute, but if it were yours, you might spend a little bit of time wire cable management, because to me that'd grate on me, that having all them wires dangling about, it just looks silly. You'd probably even invest in an even bigger TV because there's easily the space for it there. And then for some reason we've got what Willerby in the unit if you didn't want it on the wall. We've got a unit here with a sound bar, and presumably that's something to do with Wi-Fi or whatever. And then we've got these nice big sliding doors. I have had issues with sliding doors before. At our friends, I once walked into it. It was that clean, I thought it was open, and boof, straight in. Anyway, I'll open it so I can't make that mistake. So we come on out, and you've got this nice wide deck. You've even got a little gate that leads directly down to your hot tub, which is ideal really. I don't think they had that in the last one, but realistically you don't want to be coming out of your lodge into your hot tub. You want to come out there, maybe sit on your deck and in your swim gear and have a beer, and then get back in the hot tub when you've cooled down a little bit. So you've got a nice wide deck, plenty of space to eat, and you've got this beautiful view all the way across the golf course, which is a nine-hole golf course, I believe. There's a couple of chaps out there playing now, but as you can see, it's quite peaceful. It's a little bit windy today, but the sun is just starting to peek through the clouds. So we're going to go through the door into the hallway. At this moment, I have no idea, at least beyond me, at this moment, I have no idea whether this is a 2-bed, 3-bed. The sales guy even mentioned there's a 4-bed. So let's find out. So we come in to the hallway. All the doors are open. Let's just quickly shut them. Keep my eyes closed. So yeah, it's a 2-bed. So let's turn these lights on everywhere. So I obviously know the layout of this because, like I say, I've got a friend who's got pretty much exactly this model. Slightly different layout to kitchen, slightly different layout in living room, but it's still the same caravan. So first we're going to come into the bathroom, and we've got a bath. We've actually got a bath in here, which is quite handy. Is it a decent sized bath? Can I get in it? Oh, it's quite deep. It's quite, you know what, I can lay out quite well in here, look. It's bigger than the bath I'd say I've got at home even. I think I'd enjoy a bath in here. Wouldn't it be nice to come to your holiday home on a Friday night and have a nice relaxing bath? Some people can only dream of that, can't they? Right, so it's also got a shower above the bath, so you can actually get a shower in here as well, but I suspect there might be another shower somewhere else. We've got nice little sink, nice little cupboard. Again, it's in that grey blue colour. Nice big mirror where you can see a handsome guy in a rather dashing shirt. Toilet. Well, we've got space around it. It's comfortable. It's enough. And on the back wall, you've got a big radiator, wall radiator here. Moving rather slowly. Fairly standard radiator. Right, so coming through, I know that's the master bedroom, so I'm going to leave that. But we're going to go. Don't turn lights on and off. Just back it in. Right, so we're coming into the second bedroom. And look, you've got a lot of space here in the middle. So, I mean, you could, in theory, probably take this little cupboard out and get a big double bed in. But it's set up as a twin room. The beds are nice and big and comfortable, which is what we like to see. You know, this is big enough for me. This is one of them rooms, isn't it, where the beds are that far apart that as you get older and you don't want to share a bed with your wife, you can sleep in separate beds and still be close to one another, but far enough away. So your wife can't moan about you snoring, and you can't moan about her constantly hogging hot covers. Do you know what I'm saying, chaps? Bet you do. So, I can't see any plug sockets. There's a single plug socket behind the cupboard with double USBs. Now, I think the most exciting part of this caravan is actually this cupboard, because it's absolutely massive. It's ginormous. If I put my arms out, they don't touch the walls, right? This is a huge, huge storage cupboard. And I guess it's been laid out so that each person gets their own individual rack for hanging the clothes. They've got shelving units and they've got drawers. If children want to play hide and seek, you could get about 50 kids in here. Not that you'd want children in here. Right, let's go have a look at the master bedroom. I'm not so sure I feel like how I feel about my cameraman who's wandering around aimlessly pointing the camera anywhere. This could end up being looking shit. Right, so can we focus on the screen, please, rather than what your own eyes are doing? I've seen you wafting that stick around. Right, so we're going into the master bedroom. Weirdly, the door opens that way. So we come into the master bedroom, and look at that. We've got two doors with this bluey grey wood effect, and we've got this nice large mirror and a TV. Now we've got quite a big comfortable bed here. So, right, so we've got a lovely comfortable bed, right, and it's quite nice because the TV is perfectly in the middle, so there can be no argument if you sat in bed watching a film together that one of you can't see it. And then we've got these two doors. Where do they go and what are they? But yeah, so the bedroom, pretty standard. I do think that Willerby should have a more cushioned backboard. The wooden backboards are a little bit uncomfortable, but the decor within the room is quite nice. This blue-grey effect is throughout with the doors. We've got the on the wall between the two doors, as you can see. We've also got bluish curtains, and there's even a couple of panels above the bed, right, that is essentially like a loft. So there's storage above, which may come in handy. Now we're going to go into this one first, and it's a little bathroom. Check out this shower. It's a nice big shower cubicle. Right, not only that, this should go quite high. Yep, so if you're 6 foot tall, you're alright in here. If you're on the larger size, you've got plenty of space around you. You could even potentially have a cheeky shower with your partner in here. There is that much space. Magnets are strong, sticks together well. And then we come down to the toilet. Decent amount of space around the toilet, so that's quite good. And then the sink area, pretty standard. Nice little sink, same sort of cupboards underneath. And then a big mirror above. So while the wife just quickly tidies up from me jumping on the bed and making the cushions a bit untidy, I thought I'd just come back into the living room. And you know what? If this would be like my dream, really, having a lodge with a hot tub. I don't play golf, but would I take it up? I might. I might take up golf if I got the opportunity, if I could afford it. If I could afford the pitch fees and what they could potentially go up to, and I could afford to buy this outright in the first place, I'd quite enjoy this. I could spend the day playing golf and then the afternoon um, sat in the hot tub having a beer, and then the evening I could terrorise everybody by flying around in that golf buggy that I've temporarily robbed. So yeah, for me, this, I mean, the Willerby Clearwater is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful van, and I do like them. I mean, not van, it's a lodge. Right, so next up is apparently a 4-bedroom lodge. Now, I have not seen a 4-bedroom lodge before, so we're going to fly over and we're going to see what that looks like. Where are we going?
33.
What kind of lodge is it?
Don't know.
Don't know. We'll find out. Oh, it's just here. Good here.